Hello and welcome to another edition of Trotsky or Bust. I just have some quick observations today. The first one is, why is nobody talking about 60 votes anymore? Right? No one was doing that. Now that the Republicans are back in charge, everything's done through reconciliation. You only need 50 votes again. That whole 60 vote bullshit that the Democrats imposed upon themselves so that they wouldn't have to do stuff for their base. Okay, that's gone. And no one's talking about it. No one's saying that why they couldn't get stuff done 8 years ago when they were in charge, when they had 58, 59. Eventually they had 60. That's when they passed Obamacare, which is just a Republican healthcare plan. And 60 votes is off the table now. Here's the thing. This is just a bullshit thing. There's only one political party. Chomsky said in the 60s, he said there's the corporate party. There's the Republican wing of the corporate party, and there's the Democratic wing of the corporate party. That was in the 60s. It's way worse today, much worse. Basically, the way it works is the Republicans are in charge like they are now, and they get their agenda passed. And what it means basically is huge tax cuts for the rich, deregulation, increased defense budget. Then the political pendulum swings, as though it always does. The Democrats are placed in charge. Then it's a holding pattern. Nothing really significant gets done. I know you'll say Obamacare, but Obamacare was a huge giveaway to the healthcare industry. When Obama took office, the stock market was way down. 8 years later, it went up. It went up 2.5 times. Healthcare stocks went up 10 times. Okay, they outperformed the market by 4 times. There was no better investment you could have made when Obama took his, not January 20th, 2009, put all your money into healthcare stocks, it would have been 10 times higher 8 years later. Okay, so this is just bullshit right now. And you notice that, Democrats aren't even trying. They don't want to win, meaning they don't want us to win. They'd much rather lose to Republicans than let us win. Because if we win, they're gone. Okay? Think about how you envision a Democratic Party. Is there a place for a Nancy Pelosi or a Chuck Schumer or a Cory Booker in it or a Tom Perez? No, there's not. And they know that. They know, at least against the Republicans, they can be in the opposition. If we win, they're gone. They're out. Okay? Which is why anybody who thinks that there's a future for the left with the Democrats is just kidding themselves. Okay? One, you're not going to win the primaries. I know. I've worked on an election. This was way back when, 1979, Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Believe it or not, I was in high school. And the way elections works, I was given 3 blocks. And I went door to door. I had all the registered voters. I knocked on the door and I asked the person running was the Liberal candidate, Herb Gray. Herb Gray would eventually become Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, but never mind. I knocked on the door. Can Herb count on your vote? People would say yes, they'd say no. Maybe they'd tell me to go fuck myself. Okay. I'd gather a list of people who said yes. Well, before that, I'm sorry. I'd also ask them if they want a sign. I'd ask them if they knew where the polling booth area was. It was a retirement home. I'd also ask them if they needed a ride, because we'd be more than happy to give them a ride to the polls. Then I'd gather the list. I'd go on election day. I'd knock on the doors. I'd ask them if they voted, if they needed a ride. And that's how you get out the vote. That was 1979. Today it's way more sophisticated than that. They know every voter, every likes and dislikes. And when you have a primary, especially those like they're trying to get rid of Manchin in West Virginia or Claire McCaskill in Missouri, you're going to have such low voter turnout that whoever can get out their voters is going to win. And the people who are going to get out the voters are the establishment. That's just the way it is. There's no future with the Democrats. Okay, so anybody who thinks there is, people want to start a new party, maybe. I'm a registered Green. I think we have a party there. Okay, they're not perfect. but they're 100 times better than the Democrats. And to start from scratch is going to be really a tall order. I don't think it can be done. I think the best bet is we just vote green. In places like Virginia, they nominated a corporatist for governor. Fine, vote green. If you live in Virginia, just vote green. Just forget the Democrats. Okay? We can do this. Okay? All we have to do is just stay focused and just look at where we're going to go. And yeah, Republicans are going to win a lot of elections. That's the transition. That's what's going to happen. And you're going to have these corporate liberals like Bill Maher or Rachel Maddow telling us, "Oh my God, what are you doing? You're destroying." No, just don't listen to them. Just think of it as steps. If we can get to 5%, the Green Party, stick to our guns. We'll get to 10%. To me, 10% is what we need to do. If we get 10%, that's it. It's the point of no return. The Democrats are gone. If the Green Party could ever reach double digits, the Democrats are dead. Okay? Because they stand for nothing. They stand for nothing. Okay? All the issues, the Green Party is not an extreme party. Bernie Sanders is not extreme. Those are the mainstream candidates. The reason I say that, because if you go issue by issue, where the American people stand, that's where they stand. They stand with the Green Party. They're not Democrats. They're not Republicans. They're Greens. They just don't know it. They've been told they only have two choices. They only have one choice. It's the corporate party. Okay? Let's get this done. We can do this revolution. We'll have a real American revolution, not like the last one. I know it's the 4th of July. The last one was a war of secession. War of independence. I mean, we revolted against the British Parliament, not the British King. And once they had a freedom, not everybody had their freedom. Many still had slaves. So let's have a real American revolution. Okay? We can do this. Stick to our guns. Happy 4th of July.